The Lion King trusted Aren, the king's guard, more than anyone. But by the next sunset, Aren was branded a traitor and thrown out of the kingdom. The proof against him looked impossible to argue with. What didn't make sense was simple. Why would he do such a thing? Aren wasn't just another guard. He was the king's shadow. Wherever the king traveled, Aren followed. He guarded the paths, watched the borders, and slept near the heart of the kingdom. He knew which trails were safe, which lands were dangerous, and which secrets were meant to stay inside the kingdom walls. That was exactly why the general chose Aren. The general was the second most powerful lion in the kingdom. He believed the king had grown too trusting, too slow, too gentle for a land surrounded by rivals. One night, while the others slept, the general pulled Aren aside and spoke quietly. He said the kingdom needed protection beyond the king's sight. He said loyalty sometimes meant doing things the king didn't need to know about. Then he asked Aren to join the general's team to make sure the king would never rule again. Aren refused. The general leaned closer. He promised safety. He promised power. He promised that one day, the kingdom would thank Aren for doing what others were too afraid to do. But Aren stepped back. He told the general the same thing he had lived by his entire life. Loyalty didn't bend. If the kingdom needed protection, the king should know. Secrets like that didn't keep kingdoms safe. They tore them apart. The general smiled, but his eyes didn't. From that night on, things began to shift. Patrols changed without explanation. Guards spoke in whispers. Aren noticed markings appear on the borders, drawn in a dark ink he had seen before, though he couldn't place where. Then came the accusation. The king was told that secret paths had been shared, that border routes had been marked, that messages meant for rival lands had been passed from inside the kingdom. When they searched Aren's den, they found proof. Carved symbols, marked stones, messages laid out as if they had always been there. Aren froze. He had never seen them before. He tried to explain. He begged them to think, to question how the evidence appeared so suddenly, so perfectly. But evidence doesn't listen. The king didn't roar. He didn't argue. He only looked away, disappointed. By nightfall, Aren was forced beyond the borders of the kingdom. His title was stripped. His name was spoken with doubt instead of respect. At first, Aren believed the truth would catch up, that someone would realize the mistake, that justice would come quickly. It didn't. Days passed, then weeks, and slowly, Aren stopped waiting. Instead of running from exile, Aren started watching. He followed messenger routes. He listened to rumors carried by the wind. He studied where symbols appeared and where they didn't. And that's when something clicked. The ink used in the markings felt familiar, too familiar. It was the same ink the general used to seal his orders. Aren realized the truth all at once. The general had framed Aren. Aren decided to lay a trap for the general. Aren carved false symbols in places only the general controlled. He let word spread that spies were offering their services inside the kingdom, waiting to sell secrets to the highest bidder. The general took the bait. When the general arrived to meet the spies, he came alone. No guards, no army. And when he stepped inside, he didn't find spies. He found the king. That was when Aren stepped out of the shadows. Aren showed the king the ink. He showed him the markings. He showed him how every message traced back to the general's reach. The truth was impossible to ignore. The general wasn't protecting the kingdom. He was trying to control it. The general was exiled before sunrise. The king apologized to Aren and gave him one wish. Aren didn't ask for revenge. He didn't ask for power. He asked for his name back, and he got it. From that day on, the kingdom remembered something it had nearly forgotten. Proof can be planted, strength can be faked, but loyalty reveals itself over time. And Aren, the once exiled, didn't need a crown to prove who he was.